This simple math problem is going to give a lot of people a tough time. Let's see if we can figure it out. So is 1/4 minus 5 over 8 equal to 4 over 8? So is this right or is this wrong? Now, if you think you know the answer, put that into the comment section. And I can tell you right now, a lot of people do not like dealing with fractions because they think about what they were taught in school, especially when it comes to adding and subtracting fractions, and they're thinking about the LCD, or the lowest common denominator. So you're definitely not alone if you're thinking about the LCD and you forgot how to find the LCD, because it's probably been a lot of years since you studied fractions. But what I'm going to show you in this video is an absolute great shortcut that will give you the right answer every single time when you are adding and subtracting fractions, and you don't even need the LCD. And the great thing about this technique is you can even use it in algebra. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into this right now. So the first big idea that we need to understand about subtracting fractions or adding fractions is that these bottom numbers in the fractions must be the same in order to do the problem. And these bottom numbers are called the denominators. And these top numbers in a fraction are called the numerator. So we can't subtract these two fractions the way they are written right now, but we can do something about it. But let me show you a simple example of when we do have the same denominators. So let's say I had 1/5 and I want to add that to 3/5. So here we do have the same denominators, which of course is 5. So to do this problem, all we have to do is add the numerators, or the top numbers. So 1 plus 3 of course is 4, and we're going to write that over the common denominator of 5. So 4/5 is the answer. Okay, so the first thing that we can do here is find a common denominator between 4 and 8. And how we find the LCD, or the lowest common denominator, is a whole lesson in and of itself. But the first thing that we need to do here is find a common denominator between 4 and 8. Now, there's different techniques you can use to find the LCD, but this is a real simple example. So let's just kind of conceptualize what the LCD is. So again, it's the lowest common denominator. So we're talking about something that both 4 and 8 have in common. Now, an easy way to think about this is the lowest number that both 4 and 8 can divide into without a remainder. So what do you think that number is? Well, if you're saying, hey, Mr. YouTube Math Man, I think it's 8, because we can divide 4 into 8, of course that is 2, and then we can divide 8 into 8, and that is 1. So although 16 works as well, in other words, we can divide 4 into 16 and 8 into 16, it's not the lowest number where we can divide these numbers into without a remainder, right? So let me be clear about this. We want to divide these numbers into the lowest number without a remainder. Now, there's another way we can kind of think of the LCD, and that is as the LCM, the lowest common multiple of these numbers down here. So what are multiples? Well, let me show you this real quick. So here we have 4. So multiples of 4 are 4 times 1. So that is 4. 4 times 2 is what? That is 8. 4 times 3 is 12. 4 times 4 is, of course, 16. And 4 times 5 is 20, etc., etc. So these are multiples of 4. Okay, so we can take 4 and multiply it by different numbers and end up with these numbers right here. So again, these are multiples of 4. Now let's take a look at multiples of 8. So 8 times 1 is 8. 8 times 2 is 16. 8 times 3 is 24, etc., etc. Now let's go back to this 4 here one more time. So we have 4 times 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is 20. And 4 times 6 is 24. Now the reason I did this is to show you that we do have common multiples, all right? So the numbers 4 and 8 have 24 as common multiples, okay? They also have 16 as common multiples, but what is the lowest common multiple between 4 and 8? Well, It is 8. And the lowest common multiple of these bottom numbers, these denominators, is in fact the LCD. Okay, now there is a completely different way to find the LCD. I'm not going to get into this in this particular video, but you definitely need to understand this. But the main idea here is that we need to find the lowest common denominator and then change these fractions in order to do this subtraction problem. All right, so now we're going to talk about how to subtract fractions using the LCD method. And the LCD method is the method where you find the lowest common denominator between your fractions. Now, of course, we know the LCD between these two fractions is 8, but what do we do with this LCD? Well, the main idea here is that we need to rewrite both of these fractions such that their denominators is the LCD, which of course is 8. So this fraction right here already has 8 as its LCD, but this one over here doesn't. So we got to fix up this fraction such that it has the LCD, and then of course we can subtract these fractions. All right, so let's go ahead and do this right now. Okay, so how do I turn a 4 into an 8, right? So I got to get this 4 into the LCD, which is 8. Well, this is not that difficult. All we have to do is take this 4 and multiply it by a 2. But if we multiply the denominator by a 2, we also have to multiply the numerator by a 2 as well. Okay, so we have to write what we call an equivalent fraction. So what we're doing here is really multiplying this fraction 1/4 by this fraction right here, 2 over 2. So 2 divided by 2 is what? It's just 1. So 1 times 1/4 is technically 1/4. Well, not even technically, it's still 1/4. So what I'm trying to get across to you is that even though we're going to come up with a different fraction, it's still the same value, right? Because 1 times this fraction is really not changing the value of that fraction. All right, so this is a really important concept, and this concept is called equivalent fractions. Okay, so again, we want to change this 4 into the LCD of 8, so we're going to multiply it by 2, and then of course we're going to multiply the numerator by a 2 as well. So we're going to end up with what? Well, when we do this multiplication, and by the way, when we multiply fractions, we multiply the respective numerators and denominators. So we're going to end up with 2 times 1, which of course is 2, and then 2 times 4 is 8. So now our problem is this. So we have 2 over 8 minus 5 over 8. And now we can subtract these fractions because we have the same denominators. Are you struggling in math because of confusing lessons? Maybe the teacher's not showing you all the steps you need, or things are happening too fast. Well, there is a better way. So come on over to my math help program at tcmathacademy.com. There you'll find clear step-by-step instruction by me that will definitely make a huge difference in your math success. So make sure to check out all my courses by following the links in the description. So now that we have the same denominators, all we have to do is subtract the numerators, and then we will have solved the problem. So let's go ahead and do this right now, and you have to be very careful because we are going to be dealing with positive and negative numbers. So 2 over 8 minus 5 over 8 is equal to 2 minus 5 over 8. So 2 minus 5 is the same thing as 2 plus a negative 5. So the answer here is negative 3. So our final answer is negative 3 over 8. Okay, so if you got this right, that is fantastic. I definitely have to give you a nice little happy face and an A+. But here is the deal. This is one way to solve this problem. And it's the first really main way that you learn about fractions. You learn about the lowest common denominator and how to add and subtract fractions using the LCD. But what I'm going to show you next is one of the best shortcuts that you can learn in all of mathematics. So it's really going to make doing this problem really fast, and it's something that you definitely need to know. So again, if you know how to subtract these fractions using the LCD method, that is very good. but I'm going to show you one of the most valuable shortcuts in all of mathematics. You definitely want to pay attention to this because fractions tend to give people a lot of problems, and I'm going to show you a guaranteed way to do all addition and subtraction problems correct. All right, so this method does not involve finding the LCD, and I know that makes a lot of people happy. Okay, so once again, we have 1/4 minus 5 over 8. So how can we subtract these fractions without the LCD? Well, what I'm going to show you here is a particular pattern. Okay, so I'm going to give you the name here before I show you the method, and that is called the bow tie method. Okay, now this is my name, and this name here, bow tie, is indicating a tie like this. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and draw a little stick figure here. So here is a stick figure, and this is a bow tie. Now, some of you might be saying, hey, Mr. YouTube Math Man, I bet you have a bow tie and a pocket protector and a calculator and pencils sticking out. Well, no, I do not look like that, but nothing against bow ties. I think they're pretty cool. But I want you to remember what a bow tie is because I want you to keep this pattern in mind, a bow tie pattern. Okay, so I'm going to show you this pattern, and we must follow this pattern exactly the way as I'm going to tell you. All right, so you got to follow the order here. So this is the way this is going to work. We're going to start from the bottom right here. Okay, so I'll go ahead and circle this number. This is 8. Okay, so we're going to multiply this way. So step number 1 is this multiplication right here. Okay, so we're going to go from here to here. Again, it's not any other direction. It's not from here to here or here to here. If you do this method in the wrong order or a different direction, you will get the problem wrong. Okay, so once again, let's start over. So this is step 1, doing this multiplication. Now, step 2 is this multiplication right here. And then lastly, we're going to do this multiplication right here. So we're going to take this 8 and multiply it by 1. Okay, then we're going to subtract. This is going to form our numerators, this little crisscross right here. So we're going to go ahead and multiply 8 times 1, get that answer, and subtract it by 4 times 5. This is going to form our numerator, and then our denominator will be 4 times 8 going this direction right here. So let me go ahead and show you this because this is easier than you think, and it works every time. All right, so here is the bow tie method in action. So we're going to take 8, and multiply it by 1. So of course that is 8. And we're going to subtract because this is a subtraction problem. If this was an addition problem, we would be adding. Okay, so again, we're going to be forming our numerator. So 8 times 1 is 8 minus 4 times 5. This is step 2. That is 20 over 4 times 8, which is 32. And this is our denominator. Okay, so now we have 8 minus 20 over 32. So 8 minus 20 is what? Well, this is the same thing as 8 plus a negative 20, which is negative 12. So at this stage, you might be saying, hey, Mr. YouTube Math Man, you came out with another answer. Well, here is the thing with the bow tie method. You're not guaranteed to get your final answer with the lowest common denominator. So you got to make sure you have a fully simplified or reduced fraction. So we can reduce negative 12 over 32 into negative 3 over 8, right? So 4 goes into 12, 3, and 4 goes into 32, 8. So once again, our final answer is negative 3 over 8. So the bow tie method is an absolute must-know. And again, you can use this method in algebra. Let's take a look at a simple example. Let's suppose I want to take x and add it to, well, let's make a fraction here, x over y, and we want to add this to another fraction, maybe like z over w. So here we have two fractions with different denominators. So we would have to find the LCD and then rewrite these fractions. Okay, now of course you can do this problem this way, or you can just simply use the bow tie method. So that would be what? Well, that's w times x, all right? So w times x in algebra, we can write as xw. So we're going to put a plus sign and then go y times z. So we can write that as yz over y times w, which would be our denominator, and this is the correct answer. So you have to know this bow tie method, not only for arithmetic, but for algebra as well. Believe me, I've been teaching math for decades, and again, this is probably my favorite shortcut method and one of the probably the most valuable techniques that you need to know when it comes to fractions, all right, especially algebraic fractions. Okay, you got to know the bow tie method. All right, so with all that being said, I definitely wish you all the best in your math adventures. Thank you for your time and have a great day.